Hello, I'm Dr. Mike Mandel. For over 30 years, I've been teaching brains. And while the brain is really good at a number of things, once we start talking to other people's brains, something bizarre happens. Miscommunication is frustrating and seldom produces the results that we want. Ineffective communication and the resultant problems are what we'll be dealing with today. We're going to look at a simple but very powerful communication tool that you can use immediately to solve problems, deal with difficult employees, and help your organization continue to move forward in a rapidly changing world. It's called the magic question. Now, what exactly is the magic question? Good question. But before I answer that, let's talk about how your brain functions. When you ask yourself a question, your brain is weirdly compelled to answer you. I'll demonstrate. What do I feel like eating for dinner tonight? The answer I get is pizza. Note that my brain didn't respond. I refuse to answer that question, Your Honor. Your choice of question will focus your brain's search engine in very specific areas and will generate answers for you based on the type of question you ask. So back to the pizza example again. If I'm wondering, what toppings do I feel like? My brain searches through a folder called Mike's Favorite Pizzas and gives me answers like pepperoni, mushrooms, and olives. It doesn't come up with the answer 61. So if you ask yourself the wrong type of questions, you'll get the wrong kind of answers. If you ask yourself disempowering questions, which usually begin with why, like, why am I so stupid? Your brain, in its helpful way, might come up with the following. Well, your parents are stupid, so there's a genetic pull. And your friends are all morons, so there's a sociological aspect of the problem. So you can see your why question leads you to the conclusion, I'm an idiot! All because your brain's search engine was directed to look in all the wrong places. Why questions seldom activate useful internal resources. Think about your own organization. We've all encountered coworkers who dwell on why questions, usually of a negative nature. They perpetually ask things like, why do I feel so stressed? Why is the elevator so slow? Or, why don't bananas come with a warranty? Their endless why questions are the indicator that they are in stuck states. Think of a stuck state as trying to get your car moving across an ice rink. Your wheels spin, but you're not going anywhere. Stuck states are unresourceful mindsets that prevent otherwise skilled and productive employees from solving problems and moving forward. You need to get the car in process, moving across the ice and on to your final destination, the target state. The end result is a better life, because as we begin to achieve a variety of goals, the quality of our life improves, the quality of our work improves, and the quality of our relationships improve. In Western society, we seem to think we can't solve a problem without knowing why it happened. It's a great theory, except it isn't true. You can fix all kinds of problems without exploring ineffective why questions. Now, this doesn't mean you can't ask why something happened as a learning experience, but I recommend you use the techniques I'll show you to solve the problem first. After all, if you're able to fix everything and move on from there, you probably won't care much about why you had the problem in the first place. When solving a problem, why and what's wrong questions will almost always bog you down. So, if why questions aren't especially useful when solving a problem, what's a better alternative? We need empowering questions that provide movement towards solutions. These are called process questions because they move us out of stuck states. One of the most useful process questions you can ask is a how question. For example, instead of asking, why am I so stupid? You might want to ask yourself, how can I get smarter and have a blast doing it? Let your brain's search function work on that one. Or instead of asking your stressed out coworker why he's so angry and frustrated, you might consider asking how you can help him. So, to clarify, the stuck state is where you currently are, and the target state is where you want to be. Why and what's wrong questions provide no motion whatsoever toward the target state. In order to improve things, you have to ask process questions that move you toward the target state. So now that you know that how questions are process questions and far more useful than why questions, it's time to learn the most powerful process question of all, the magic question. The magic question is, what do you want? And the implication is it clarifies exactly what you want so you can begin moving towards it. This is an amazing technique that cuts to the chase and focuses your brain. When you ask "what do you want" questions, your brain immediately identifies the target state, so you can begin firing solution arrows towards it. When the target is clear, it's much easier to hit. Until you identify what you want, your target might as well be invisible, because you're just firing in all different directions. But back to our stressed out, angry, and frustrated coworker. So now we know that instead of asking why he's so stressed or what's wrong, you ask the magic question, what do you want? His brain now searches the correct files and finds the answer, that he just wants a bit of a break. Now, instead of a list of complaints and a stuck state, you have an answer and a solution. You can now work with him to find a way to take some of the pressure off. Another essential part of the process is to find out how the person will know they've reached their target state. Most of the time, it will be self-evident because it will be clearly defined. If their target state is not well defined, simply ask what they will see, hear, and feel when they have it. For instance, if I ask you the magic question and you answer that you want to be more relaxed, it's important that I ask you what you will see, hear, and feel when you've reached the target state. How will you know that you are truly relaxed? We have to actually ask each other what we mean. We can't read minds. Simply clarifying the target state will do much to begin the process that will eventually solve the problem. So now that you know how to ask yourself and others empowering questions, I have a question for you. What's great about your company or organization, and how are you going to begin using these techniques immediately to improve the quality of your workplace and your life?